As a contestant in the 23rd season of American Idol, Breanna Nix has lately left a lasting impact on viewers. Some fans, though, believe she has a unique motive for her success on the show. Some are even offering suggestions on how Nix should proceed with her musical career. It turned out that Breanna Nix's American Idol knowledge was a touching moment. Born in Denton, Texas, Nix is a stay-at-home mom. When she tried out for Jesus, Take the Wheel, a song by winning contestant-turned-judge Carrie Underwood, she already made a terrific first impression on American Idol. With Nix's son Emerson and husband Austin joining her, the audition also turned out to be a touching experience. Breanna referred to Emerson as her sidekick, and he even slept off in Underwood's embrace. Nix recently said in an interview with People, "I didn't really expect that it would go anywhere when I tested out for American Idol. When I uploaded a video, it was essentially a joke, but now look at us. It's strange because I didn't think I was worth anything my entire life, but I think I'm beginning to believe in myself. However, I truly enjoy it." All of this is in line with what Nix said during her audition, when she talked about how she had struggled with her weight her whole life and how her kid had motivated her to reduce it. "It led me to a journey of self-love," she revealed. "I've discovered that I am capable of achieving my goals. I'm doing this because I want Emerson to know that anything is possible," she continued. Some fans believe that Breanna may actually benefit from her past. Some fans, however, believe that although Nix's past may have helped her gain fame, it may also have hurt the other competitors. "Gabby should be the last girl standing," an admirer posted on social media. "She has personality in addition to singing. However, Breanna is making up a background. Breanna can sing," the admirer continued. "But if it weren't for her past struggles with weight, depression, alcoholism, and drug use, she wouldn't be as well known on Facebook." The proposal was debated by other fans. Nix's history, according to some, made her more approachable, because a idol must be charming. The original poster was endorsed by others. Among the remarks were, "Gabby can sing, but I've never had a connection with her, so I usually skip forward in her performance. I enjoy performances that are charismatic and truly suitable for daily listening. In my opinion, Breanna is capable of recording an album and being radio-friendly every day. Broadway seems to be a better fit for Gabby. It depends on one's definition of charisma. Both are, in my opinion, in different ways. Gabby is much more suited for Broadway, in my opinion. Gabby has a good chance because she is receiving the most likes and views on social media, ahead of Jamal. I don't think Gabby is a pop star, even though she can sing. For that, she might have to alter her decisions. Colby is the same way. I can understand how Breanna and Maddie could make it to the radio. I concur with Op. After turning on American Idol, I take action. When I return to the television room to check who is singing, Gabby is always there. The American Idol producers love them a backstory," she said. Overview. For a long time, American Idol has served as a stage on which ambitions can either soar or collapse. In addition to their vocals, contestants also contribute their personalities and tales, which are equally as significant as their musical abilities. Fans have taken issue with Breanna, a vocalist with a touching narrative and a remarkable vocal range, in the most recent season. A loud portion of the crowd feels that she only made it through the early cuts because of her history, despite the fact that many others commend her skills. In addition to examining Breanna's path and the nature of popularity on programs like American Idol, this article discusses this sentiment. Chapter 1. The History of Breanna. Growing up in a tiny Ohio town, Breanna was surrounded by music and her family's unwavering support. Her single mother, who supported Breanna and her younger siblings by working various jobs, reared her. Breanna used music as a creative outlet from an early age. She frequently sang in the school chorus and gave performances at neighborhood gatherings. But this picture-perfect story was tainted by tragedy. A family sickness forced Breanna to take on the role of emotional support at a very young age. Breanna found her special gift for singing during these trying times, and she frequently used singing as an escape. Her moving covers of well-known songs struck a chord with loved ones and offered solace at difficult times. At the age of 18, Breanna made the decision to try out for American Idol, seeing it as a chance to show off her skills and provide for her family. Chapter 2. The process of auditing. Breanna's distinctive voice and personal tale made her stand out as the auditions got underway. The judges were overwhelmingly positive with her first audition. They were enthralled by her emotional past in addition to being amazed by her vocal prowess, rich timbre, pitch-perfect notes. Breanna was an interesting competitor because of this dualism. However, some viewers were skeptical as a result of this blend of storytelling and skill. The issue that kept coming up was whether her story was the thing that kept her going throughout the competition or if her vocal skill alone was enough to keep her alive. Chapter 3. Views of fans. Fans of the program are a varied group of people who each bring unique expectations, prejudices, and backgrounds to the viewing experience. Some viewers have a strong interest in the stories being told and are not just drawn to the contestants' skill. Many viewers found Breanna's history to be heartwarming, but for some, it almost eclipsed her artistic talent. Social media turned into a battlefield where opposing viewpoints were expressed. While some contended that Breanna's biography was a ploy to win sympathy votes, supporters commended her for her fortitude and tenacity, raising doubts about whether her performances would be credible without the narrative backing. One very outspoken section even went so far as to say that she wasn't a real candidate based on merit, but rather a story-driven pick, meant to stir up passion in viewers. Chapter 4. The rivalry gets hotter. Breanna's performances, which featured a variety of genres from pop ballads to deep R&B music, continued to wow the judges as the competition went on. But the story kept circling her every time she sang. Would she have gotten the same praise if her story had been different? Without her moving story of tenacity, would she have gotten as much airtime? As Breanna's skill blossomed, some naysayers started to quiet down. But the specter of her story still hovered over her. Critics would frequently analyze her performances, pointing out that the audience's impression of her singing ability was frequently skewed by the emotional aspects of her past. Chapter 5. The entertainment value of storytelling. The idea of using storytelling in reality TV is not a novel one. Narratives that arouse powerful emotions and establish relationships captivate audiences by nature. In order to increase viewing, producers frequently choose participants' tales to create compelling storylines. The story gives the viewer a reason to care about the competitors, but the skill must eventually take center stage. It's a fine balancing act. This duality is best shown by Breanna's journey. Her skill was just as captivating as her biography. However, the conversation about her on sites like Reddit, Twitter, and dedicated fan forums frequently tended to focus more on the storyline than on acknowledging her artistic abilities. Chapter 6. Representation, Identity, and Audience Involvement. In the entertainment industry, Breanna also stands for something essential, a complex persona molded by her life experiences. She provides representation for those who identify with her challenges and exemplifies the tenacity of her community. Despite the fact that the reviewers may view her as a beneficiary of her story, Breanna's appearance on the program definitely breaks stereotypes about what talent looks like. Fans' interactions also started to change as they saw her development. Despite their initial prejudices, many who had previously opposed her promotion started to acknowledge her skill and artistry. Chapter 7. Dispelling the myth. As the season went on, Breanna started to defy the preconceived notions about her. She had the opportunity to escape the narrative box she was placed in with every performance. Some admirers started to truly appreciate her skills, pointing out that she frequently exceeded her contemporaries vocally and emotionally, forging a special bond via her songs, while others persisted in believing that the story was her main means of success. In addition to receiving standing ovations from the judges, her performance of a well-known song One Week sparked conversations in which several fans left the stage to use her narrative against her. They started to see the subtleties of her skill, realizing that although her trip was influenced by her story, her vocal ability was what guaranteed her place in the competition. Chapter 8. Conclusion and Contemplation. Breanna had established herself as a strong contender by the season finals. Her last performances demonstrated the remarkable development she had undergone along the way, both in terms of her confidence and vocal skills. Once seen as a possible crutch, the anecdote ended up serving as evidence of her tenacity. Social media was used by fans to acknowledge that their initial assessments were incorrect. Many people were crying when Breanna sung the closing notes of her song, not only because they were moved by her narrative but also because they were seeing her creative growth. In conclusion, Breanna's experience on American Idol challenges stereotypes about success, skill, and storytelling in a world where art and narrative are intertwined. At first, some admirers could have written her off as a byproduct of her past, but it soon became clear that she was much more than that. Breanna's story serves as a reminder that, although stories may enhance talent, the talent itself must finally show through. It is one of perseverance, hard effort, and the amazing power of music. Breanna serves as a reminder that although stories are important for fostering connections, genuine craftsmanship goes beyond narrative. Her voice, which strikes a deep chord with the audience, will probably continue to reverberate long after the final note is sung in an environment where competition is intense. Last words. By interacting with followers on social media sites like YouTube and Twitter, Breanna has started her journey outside of American Idol. She uses her platform to inspire others and further her musical career. The discussion around her path has uncovered a more general discussion about how we see talent in a difficult profession.